WON YouTube Networks is now on Facebook. Check it out. Coming to you from Shibe Park in Brooklyn, New York, WON Sports proudly welcomes you to Baseball Night in America. Tonight is game one of a three-game series between the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Metropolis Expos. We'll have all the action between two NL rivals right after this message. This is Major League Baseball, powered by The Show on WON Channel 9. Stay with us.
International trade. It's more than just getting your product from here to there. It's sending the right documentation too. Now, Baybank Express Trade puts the power of advanced banking technology at your fingertips, processing international letters of credit and global fund transfers in minutes, all at the convenience of your PC. With Express Trade, we make it our business to make your business easier. Baybank, advanced banking technology.
I'm Paul Joya, Chairman of the State Public Service Commission. A new area code, 718, is being introduced to meet the growing demand for telephone numbers in New York City. The 718 area code includes Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Manhattan and the Bronx remain 212. For calls within your area code, you dial as usual. When calling between area codes, dial 1, the area code, and the number. There is no extra charge for these calls. The new 718 area code will ensure the telephone service we need for a growing New York.
Hello, this is Universal City Studios, where we're filming Dragnet. I'd like to take just a minute to talk to those of you who will soon be 65 about signing up for your Medicare benefits under Social Security. Now, it's very important that you go into your Social Security office 2 or 3 months before your 65th birthday, regardless of whether you plan to retire or whether you want to continue working for a while. If you wait until you're already 65 to apply for Medicare, you will have lost some of the protection provided by this health insurance. The time to sign up is before you're 65, not after. Now, if you have a question about Medicare or about any of the other Social Security benefits, write, phone, or visit the Social Security office in your community. The people there will be glad to help you.
Julio Rios will come in the pitch for the Brooklyn Dodgers here tonight from Shibe Park in Brooklyn, New York. Ebbets Field, actually. Shibe Park almost identical to Ebbets Field, but we're calling it Shibe Park, and it will be in Brooklyn. The Dodgers will be facing a tough Expos lineup. Ozzie Smith batting on the right side will lead off. And as you can see, the Ebbets Field, Shibe Field camera, just like old Yankee Stadium. First pitch underway in this game. Ground ball. Nice slide by the shortstop, and he just robbed Ozzie. What a start to this ball game. One down. As we take a look at this on replay. Good play by the Dodgers shortstop, Corey Seager. As you look on the show track of how he came up with that ball, he robbed the Wizard of what would have been a seeing eye single to left. How about that? Here's Daniel Murphy, left-handed batter, second baseman for the Expos. The pitch by Julio. Off the middle, off the pitcher, and into center field. And there's your first hit of the ball game, and it belongs to the Metropolis Expos. So Daniel Murphy with a seeing eye single up the middle. I'll bring up Bryce Harper, hitting at .479 with 13 homers and 26 runs batted in. He has been red hot for this Expos club from top to bottom. Just underway here from Brooklyn, the Shibe. Man's that first one out, just underway. The pitch to Bryce Harper, a high fastball fouled away, strike one. This ballpark, as I told you in the beginning of this gamecast, almost similar to the old Ebbets Field. Of course, San Diego Studios does not have the licensing rights to Ebbets Field, but the hope is that they do bring it into the ball game. It's great that they brought the old Brooklyn Dodger uniforms into the game. Now they just need the old stadium from Brooklyn. There's a foul ball, strike number 2. So while Shibe Park looks like Ebbets Field, all Dodger games will be played here with the Brooklyn uniform. The 0-2 to Bryce, another foul ball. Good battle between Harper and Julio. Man's at first, 1 out, nothing in 2 is the count on Harper. Game 1 of this 3-game series between Brooklyn and Metropolis in a Baseball Night in America gamecast. As Harper swings and misses on a high fastball, he was fooled completely. There is now 2 away, and Murphy still standing at first base. Help me up the red-hot Vladimir Guerrero, but let's look at the Expos lineup. Smith, Murphy, Harper, Guerrero, Stargell, Dawson, Carter, Brett, and Jake Arrieta. That's your 1 through 9 batting lineup for the Metropolis Expos. Here's Vladimir Guerrero. His average 3rd in the National League, .436 average, a couple of home runs, and a couple of runs batted in. There you see Willie Stargell on deck if this inning continues. Man's at first, 2 outs in the scoreless game. Game 1 of this 3-game series on this Baseball Night in America gamecast. Glad you could join us on WON Channel 9. Yours truly, Jonathan Rios, bring you the play-by-play and commentary of this ball game. Popped up into center field, left center. The wind taking it to left. The center fielder is there, and this inning is over. One-hitter man is stranded. We have played a half inning here at the old Tribe. It's the Expos nothing, and the Brooklyn Dodgers coming to bat. Jake Arrieta, the bearded one, is on the mound for Metropolis. He's 2-0 so far in this young season. His area is a little bit up there at 4.42. He's pitched in 18.1 innings, surrendered 20 hits, walked 7, and strikeouts 14. Andrew Tolles, the center fielder, hitting at .237 with 3 homers and a couple of runs batted in, will lead off and bat for Brooklyn. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, strike 1. Glad to have the Dodgers into the fold here on WON Sports. We'll be covering some selected games on our WON network, so we're glad to bring the Dodgers into the fold. Dodgers obviously part of our history on the radio side. From high E baseball to triple play and to MLB, Dodgers are home to WON radio from 2000 all the way up to 2005. A great history with this ball club. Hope to upload those old broadcasts on our 920 WON Mixcloud page one of these days, as we are just a few months away. Of course, 2019 will mark 20 years since WON started. Started on AM 1610 and went to YouTube years later. Of course, it was on VHS with my friends. But the pitch on the way to Tolles is fouled away and remains 0-2. It is a good crowd on hand between these two clubs, a sold-out crowd. Lots of Dodger fans, obviously, and lots of Expos fans. And there's a swing and a miss, strike number 2. Of course, this rivalry dates back to the old NLCS game. I believe it was the NLCS or the ALDS game between the Expos and the Dodgers back in 1981. The Expos were so close, as there's a strike 3 called to Andrew Tolles. He'll take a seat. And the Dodger legend Rick Monday broke the hearts of many Expos fans with a home run in the later innings. The Dodgers lineup looks like this: Tolles, Turner, Seager, Bellinger, Murphy, Kemp, Grandal, Utley, and Julio Urias. They lead the majors in steals, by the way, the Dodgers do. Not many, but they lead us. Here's Justin Turner. Third baseman inning at 3:04. The one-out delivery by Arias, fouled away, strike 1. The red-headed kid in the hole right now, 0-1 against the bearded one. The 0-1 underway. There's a little chopper. Could be tough for Jake. He ain't going to get nobody. Brett will throw to first, but not even close. to getting their man at first. They'll roll out a base hit, undoubtedly so. And the Dodgers have their first hit of the ball game. They have a man at first and one out. And the big bats coming up for them bums. And Corey Seager is one of them. Hitting at 300 with 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Big left-handed power for the Dodgers. As that's pulled but fouled the other way. 0-1. The pitch on the way. That's creamed the other way, but fouled. And now it's 0-2 on Corey Seager. The 0-2 delivery. Ground ball could be 2. Nice slide by the Wizard. And no, turn 2 double play. Side retire. One hit, but because the double play, no man left stranded. End of 1. Expos and Dodgers scoreless. Willie Stargell will lead off, hitting at 426 with 5 home runs and 14 runs batted in. He'll lead off here in the top of the second in a scoreless game in his Baseball Night in America showcase game on WON Sports. Glad you could join us. And the first pitch of the second by Julio is a ground ball to first. And Bellinger takes it himself for out number 1. Boy, it got dark quick here in Brooklyn, didn't it? Take a look at the defense for the Dodgers. The outfield is Murphy, Tolles, and Kemp. The infield is Seager, Turner, Utley, and Bellinger. And catching the balls and strikes is Grandal. The Dodgers defense brought to you by Majestic Athletics. Andre Dawson steps in now with 1 out. His average at 417. A couple of home runs and a couple of runs batted in. Scoreless game here on the top of the second, game 1 of this 3-game series between Metropolis and Brooklyn on this Baseball Night in America gamecast. Shattered bat up the middle, right to the second baseman. Will they get Dawson? No way, Jose. A 1-out single for Andre Dawson, and he extends his hitting streak to 15 straight games. How about that? Good piece of hitting. So the batter now is Gary Carter, hitting at 464 with 7 home runs and a ton of runs batted in. Man's at first with 1 out. The infield is in. The outfield is normal. There you see the dangerous George Brett on deck if this inning continues. As I told you, the infield is in. The outfield is normal. Julio set at the belt, getting the sign from Grandal. He's set. And the 1-out delivery to the kid. Line, but foul. It'll be an 0-1. And the pitch. That's popped up in the air to right center field. Coming on his toes. Coming on is Murphy. He gets his man for the 2nd out of the inning. They'll bring up George Brett. He's hitting at 400 with 9 home runs and 19 runs batted in. His on-base percentage at a whopping .423. Julio set at the belt here. Man's at first, 2 outs, no score. Julio set again. Keep an eye on the first base runner. 2-out delivery to George, and he wasn't even close to the universe with that swing. 0-1 on Brett. That's just a bad swing on a bad pitch. You can't do that. 0-1 on Brett. Julio set again. Keep an eye on the first base runner, Dawson. The 0-1. That's it on the ground, right back to the mound. Side retired. One hit, a man is stranded. We have played 1.5 from the old Shibe in Brooklyn. It's the Dodgers and Expos scoreless. Corey Bellinger steps in, inning at 231 or 281. Couple of home runs, couple of runs batted in. Arrieta back to work here. Check swing, he went too far, strike 1. The Empire crew for tonight. Earl Hendricks calling the balls and strikes. Washington at 3rd. Keller at 1st, and of course you know the second base Empire. The graphics went too fast to read the rest. The 0-1. Another foul ball, 0-2. Beautiful night for baseball here in Brooklyn. A sold-out crowd between these two rivals. This Baseball Night in America gamecast as Bellinger pops it up and foul. No chance to get that ball. Went too fast. Again, 0-2 on Cody. And the pitch by Jake. Another foul ball. Good battle between these two. The 0-2 to Bellinger. Strike 3 right down the pipe. And Cody knew it. He's retired for out number 1. And now let's take a look at the Expos defense, brought to you by Majestic Athletics. The outfield is Guerrero, Hopper, and Dawson. The infield is Smith, Murphy, and Stargell and Brett. And catching the balls and strikes for the Expos, the kid, Gary Carter. Here's Dale Murphy, right fielder, hitting at .308 with a couple of home runs and a couple of runs batted in. 1-out delivery to Dale. Fly ball deep to right field. And look at this. This ball is going to carry out of here for a home run. We told you in the broadcast this field is a bandbox. Any fly ball into the wind is going to carry to right field. And that's exactly what it did. Dale Murphy puts the Dodgers in front 1-0. There you see Dave Roberts, the manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers, pretty happy with that result on that fly ball. In any other ballpark, it would have been a lazy fly ball, but this place is such a bandbox. It carried out of here. Hit off that green wall. That's a home run if it hits there. So it's an easy situation for any Dodger slugger. Speaking of slugger, here is Matt Kemp, who fouls it away for strike 1. Kemp hitting at .311 with 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Good start to his return to Dodger Blue. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a foul ball, 0-2. .0-2 underway. Ground ball, that's a fair ball, they're going to say. Brett taking his time to get the slow Kemp for the second out of the second inning. So it's 1-0 Brooklyn on the home run by Dale Murphy the other way. And the batter now is Grandal, the catcher, hitting at .280 with 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Brooklyn leads 1-0 against Metropolis Expos. The pitch. Strike, 0-1. Boy, it is so good to see the Brooklyn Dodger uniforms in these games. Like I said, all the San Diego studios needs to do is get the licensing and permission to add Ebbets Field. They've done everything well with the Polo Grounds and the Giants uniform. They got to improve the New York Giants uniforms too. But looking at the Dodger uniforms with that famous letter B, it's just, as a Brooklyn guy, it's great to see. Into the shift and into right field for a base hit. Not a good play by Murphy, not coming after that ball fast enough. And it causes the Expos. There's now a man at first with 2 outs. And now bring up Chase Utley. Boy, what a find he's been for Brooklyn. Chase, contributing to the Dodgers' run the last couple of years. He swings and misses, strike 1. Utley hitting at, well, actually, this is actually his first at-bat of 2018. Would you believe that? That's why he has no stats. Hoping to change that with 1 swing right now. He almost did on a foul ball. Everything's dead red with Arrieta so far here tonight. The 0-2. Strike 3, and Jake Arrieta gets out of more damage. But the damage was done. Dale Murphy with an opposite field shot puts the Brooklyn Dodgers on top. 1-0 at the end of 2 against the Expos. Back at the Shibe, Jake Arrieta, the bearded one, steps in. A good hitting pitcher. He's hitting at .286 so far this year. Dodgers 1, Expos nothing. Yours truly, John Rios. Glad that you join us for this Baseball Night in America gamecast here on WON Channel 9. Julio back to work with a 1-0 lead. Arrieta lines it to left field. Sliding catch, no! As the outfielder Kemp missed it, and Arrieta scoots into second, and he's going to make it. The bearded one with a line drive hit. That could be also marked as an error. We'll see what the box score will say. That should be a single or an error. It should have been caught. But good running by Arrieta, but good piece of hitting too. But he went all the way. He's a slow runner. But he got there in time, and just like that, the Expos have a man at second base. He's the tying run, and here's Ozzie Smith, and they're going to give Arrieta a double. How about that? And the Wizard grounds it to short. That'll keep the runner right where he is as Ozzie is out. One down.
Now batting, second baseman.
Now bring up Daniel Murphy. 1-for-1 with a single. He was doubled off on the double play. Tying run at second, one out, 1-0 Brooklyn Dodgers lead. Julio set at the belt here. 1-out pitch on the way. That's hit hard to left field. Will it fall? It will not. Kemp makes the catch, round number 2, and Arrieta still at second. Well, another big opportunity may go out the window. It's now up to the big man, Bryce Harper, who struck out badly his last time up. Tying run at second, 2 outs, 1-0 Dodgers. Julio set at the belt again, keeping an eye on the second base runner. The 2-out delivery to Bryce, line drive right to second, side retire. The double by Arrieta is wasted. Middle of the inning, it's still 1-0 Dodgers. Well, here's the pitcher, Julio Arias.
Leading off for the Dodgers, pitcher, Julio Arias.
Average at 187, left-handed batter for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Arrieta back to work, down 1-0 against these Dodgers. There's a foul ball, strike one. Well, the Expos have had an opportunity last inning and couldn't cash in, and you saw when we were heading into the next inning, Bryce Harper cursing himself out and talking to himself. Yep, that's frustration when you have a big situation given to you and you don't cash him in. Julio fouls up another one, 0-2. Delivery, strike 3, another K for Jake. So despite being down 1-0, Jake continues to throw fire in the strike zone. And is one of those guys that got burned in his first time at bat, Andrew Toles, who struck out back in the first inning. There's a strike, 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
The 0-1 underway. There's a ground ball to second. Daniel Murphy's got it, 2 outs. So 2 away, bases empty, and now the batter is Justin Turner, 1-for-1 with a single back in the first inning. Arrieta set the belt. The 2-out delivery to Justin. Here's a strike, 0-1 to his dismay. The 0-1 delivery. That's fouled away right side. Remains 0-2. 0-2 delivery. Rip a foul. Boy, he ripped that one to Nova Scotia. Remains 0-2. The pitch. Fouled away again. Good battle between Arrieta and Turner at the moment. And as it is, Dodger crowd, they're on every pitch. The 0-2 again. That's fouled away right side, and the fans will get another souvenir. Again, it'll be an 0-2. The pitch to Turner. Line on the ground to second. Murphy takes his time and gets his man just on the button. Boy, he went way too slow and almost cost him. Nevertheless, side retired. End of the 3. It's the Expos down 1-0 against the Dodgers. Vladimir Guerrero, the batter, 0-for-1, flew out back in the first inning. 1-0 Brooklyn Dodgers here in the start of the 4th inning. Julio Arias working on a shutout at the moment. That could change with one swing. First pitch to Vladimir. On the ground to short. 1 pitch. 1 out, and that was close.
Now batting, first baseman, Willie Stargell.
Bring up Willie Stargell. Stargell, 0-for-1, grounded out back in the second. Good performance by both teams' pitchers at the moment. Arrieta, though, down by 1 run. 1-out delivery to Stargell. There's the ball, 1-0. One-0 pitch to Stargell. Whoa, he wanted that one and he missed it. He was way early on that one. And it's 1-1. One ball, one strike on Stargell. The pitch on the way. Line foul. Now it's 1-2. This will be pitch number 22 in the game for Julio. On its way to Stargell, behind 1-2 at the moment against the pitcher. 1-2 delivery. Struck him out swinging on an outside pitch. And they are 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Andre.
I'll bring him Andre Dawson. He's the potential tying run for the Expos here. The 2-out delivery. That's hit high in the air to dead center field. Way back is the outfielder, Toll, still going back on the warning track, and he puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. That was a close one. Middle of the 4th is still the Dodgers 1 and the Expos nothing. Well, Corey Seager will lead off here in the bottom of the 4th with his club up 1-0. Thanks to Dale Murphy's home run the other way. That has been the big story in his game. It's a pitching duel, but the Dodgers are up 1-0. As there's a strike taken, 0-1. Corey Seager, the shortstop, left-handed batter. Power hitter. Strike taken, 0-2. He can't believe it, but he'll take it. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 delivery. Rip foul, we'll do it again. The pitch on the way. Another foul ball. There's a fly ball down the right field line. And it'll hook foul. The pitch again fouled away, 0-2. The battle between Seager and Arrieta at the moment. Again the 0-2. Strike 3, and Jake wins the battle. Add another K to his resume here tonight. There's 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. I'll bring up Corey Bellinger. He struck out back in the 2nd. That was his last time up. 1-0 Dodgers here in the 4th inning. There's a short ground ball to 2nd. Daniel Murphy has his man, 2 outs. I'll bring up the right fielder, Dale Murphy, with the lone run of this game, a home run to right field. Two-out delivery, swing and a foul ball, strike 1. Dodger crowd, loud as it can be. Rallying on their troops. There's a pop-up into shallow left. Who's going to get to this ball? This ball may fall. Left fielder Guerrero makes the catch, side retired. No hits, no man on left stranded. End of 4. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Expos nothing on Baseball Night in America. Well, the kid, Gary Carter, steps in. 0 for 1 here today. Flew out his last time up. He's the potential tying run at the plate. Expos down 1-0 against the Dodgers in this Baseball Night in America gamecast. Yours truly, John Rios. Glad you joined us here on WON Channel 9 for tonight's game. As Carter fouls it away, strike 1. Good pitching duel between these two clubs. The 0-1 by Julio. There's a high fly ball well in the center field. That goes Toll, still going back. Lot of ballpark in center there. That would have been gone over Nationals Park. Instead, it's a long out, and it's 1 out here in the 5th. Now bring up George Brett. Brett 0 for 1, grounded out back in the second. Julio is set. And a 1-out delivery, ripped on the ground, base hit into right. A frozen route by George Brett puts the Expos on base. And the tying run on base as we speak. Well, Jake Arrieta, who had a double his last time up, but was stranded at second, is at the plate. The infield is in, the outfield is normal. 1 out, a man's at first, 1-0 Dodgers. The pitch on the way. Arrieta lines it, there's your double play. Side retired. Again, the Expos cannot do anything. We're halfway through. Dodgers lead the Expos 1-0. We're now going to pause for station identification.
Feeling 7-Up, I'm feeling 7-Up. Sheriff smile, feeling 7-Up. It's a crisp, refreshing feeling, so light, crystal clear. Crystal clear, 7-Up, 7-Up is here.
Okay now, Christy, give me your smoker. Gee, Christy, glad I didn't call for that knuckleball.
I'm Paul Joya, Chairman of the State Public Service Commission. A new area code, 718, is being introduced to meet the growing demand for telephone numbers in New York City. The 718 area code includes Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Manhattan and the Bronx remain 212. For calls within your area code, you dial as usual. When calling between area codes, dial 1, the area code, and the number. There is no extra charge for these calls. The new 718 area code will ensure the telephone service we need for a growing New York.
This is WON Brooklyn.
Welcome, everybody, to the light beer battle of the big guys. And there they are, two teams locked in mortal combat to decide the eternal argument over light beer from Miller. On one side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it tastes great. Yeah, it tastes great. On the other side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it has a third less calories than their regular beer. It's less filling.
I feel strongly both ways.
I tell you, this is really no respect. Blue is the violet and red is the rose. You don't pull them or break your nose.
The tension here is almost unbearable.
Oh, you got it.
They can't go on much longer. Something big has got to happen soon. Holy cow, look at that.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, dolls.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I still don't know why they asked me to do this commercial.
Back in Brooklyn, New York, yours truly, Job Rios. You're watching Baseball Night in America on WON Sports Channel 9. Matt Kemp will lead off here in the Dodger bottom of the fifth inning. The Dodgers lead 1-0 on a pitching duel between Julio and Jake. And speaking of Jake, he's on the mound, has done pretty good for himself. Ground ball to the shortstop. Can they get Matt Kemp? You bet! Just in time for out number 1. The ship was on. Murphy was able to get to it this time and cash in his chips to get Matt. And now bring up Grandal, 1 for 1 with a single back in the second inning. If you just joined us, the home run by Dale Murphy is right now what stands up for the Dodgers. They're up 1-0, but it's a pitching duel between Julio and Jake. The offense for the Expos has been dead. They've lashed a couple of hits, but have not been able to cash in on anything. As there's a strike. The same thing for the Dodgers. They haven't been on base that much. The lone run off the bat of Dale Murphy. The 0-2 to Grandal, and there's another foul ball. And Jake just got away with that one. Jake had 52 pitches, good pitch count. This will be pitch number 53 on the way to Grandal. And here it comes. And a ground ball. Oh, right past the dive of the shortstop Ozzie. There's a single for Grandal.
Now batting the second baseman.
So I'll bring up Chase Utley, the second baseman. As the Dodgers are trying to put on more runs on the board, only up 1-0, and knowing how potent the Expos lineup is, you got to try to cash in your chips somehow. There's a foul ball, strike 1 on Chase. Chase struck out back in the second. This is his first at-bat of the year. And here he is with a chance. Man's that first one down. Pitch on the way. What was he swinging at? Not even close to his orbit. Way out in front. And now it's 0-2. And Utley lines it. This is going to be a double play. Could be. There's one. Back to first. Not in time. Fielder's choice to get the out recorded at second base. There's 2 outs. But Utley now at first. And I'll bring up the pitcher. Julio Arias. Left-handed batter for the Dodgers here today. Man's at first, 2 outs. There's a strike down the pipe, 0-1. The 0-1 on the way to Julio. Fouled away. We'll do it again. Now it's 0-2. The pitch coming. Line on the ground to Ozzie. Ozzie will get Julio by a step. No, he does not! Julio beats out the throw. And now it's first and second and 2 outs for the leadoff batter, Andrew Toles. Could have gotten a force to second. Utley is just too fast. Wow, that's hustle right there. Now here's Andrew Toles with a chance to possibly break it open for the Dodgers. 2 outs, 2 on. Strike, a high strike. The dismay of Andrew. 0-1. The 0-1 underway. Another high strike to the dismay of Toles. He doesn't agree. Look at him with one hand on his hip. He knows he didn't like that call. And now he's in the hole 0-2. The pitch coming. He fouls it back. First and second occupied, 2 outs. Dodgers up 1-0. The 0-2 pitch to Toles. High fly ball. Deep in the right field. And Guerrero will watch it fly. So long, farewell. 3-run shot for Andrew Toles. His 4th of the year, and the Brooklyn Dodgers lead it now 4-0. Well, that play by Ozzie not to get the pitcher looms large, and now the Dodgers have scored 3 and are now up 4-0. And with the Expos offense right now at the moment dead and dormant, you got to believe there's frustration on Arrieta's face. That ball was tattooed and went out of the ballpark for a 3-run homer, and the Dodgers now lead 4-0.
Third baseman, Justin Turner.
And now bring up Justin Turner with 2 outs and the bases loaded and 3 runs in. There's a strike, 0-1. Justin with a single back in the first. He rips it foul, 0-2. Second home run of the night by the Dodgers. Won by Dale Murphy. And just a moment ago, a 3-run shot by Andrew Toles. As Turner hits it right back to the mound. Side retire, but the damage has been done. A 3-run homer off the bat of Toles lights up the Brooklyn fan base. End of 5, 4-0 Dodgers. Ozzie Smith, the batter, 0 for 2, grounded out twice here. And also the culprit of why the inning continued did not get the hustling pitcher who just can't run. And to add the insult to injury, Ozzie's 0 for 2 here tonight. We're in the 6th, 4-0 Dodgers lead, and Julio still on the mound with a low pitch count as Ozzie fouls it back, strike 1. Well, this offense for the Expos has to get going. That dreaded Dodger bullpen is lurking. Ozzie the other way to right field. Back is the outfielder. Right there is the outfielder. That's Dale Murphy to put it away for out number 1. So Ozzie's tough night continues A bad play in the infield, and now he's 0 for 3. So here's Daniel Murphy, 1 for 2 with a single back in the first inning. 4-0 Brooklyn against the Expos. Julio on the mound here in the 6th. That's hit hard to left field. That's possibly going to be base hits. An extra base hit for Murphy, and it will be a ringing double with 1 down here in the 6th. That is the second extra base hit of this game for Metropolis. And now you got the big man, Bryce Harper, coming up. Expos need some runs here to try to make this a ball game. They're down by a grand slam. Literally a 4-run deficit. And here's Bryce, who's had a tough night. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout his last time up. He has 2 strikeouts tonight. Man's at second, 1 down, 4-0 Dodgers. Julio still on the mound. The pitch to Harper, hit on the ground toward the hole, base hit into right. Murphy will stay at third. A good arm by Murphy will keep the runners right where they are. First and third, 1 out. This is the Expos' biggest threat of the night. So now is Vladimir Guerrero, 0 for 2, flew out back in the 4th inning. We're in the 6th inning, 4-0 Dodgers. First and third occupied, 1 down. The infield is in, the outfield is normal for the Dodgers. Expos trying to cash in their chip for the first time tonight. Julio set at the bell here. And a 1-out delivery to Guerrero the other way. That could be problems. Murphy's right there. He'll make the catch. Tagging is the third base runner, and he will score, and the Expos are on the board. It's now 4-1 Dodgers lead. And now it's a 3-run deficit for Metropolis as they play some small ball. Good play by Murphy, but to no avail. Here's Willie Stargell, 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout back in the 4th inning. Man's at first, 2 outs. A run is in for the Metropolis team. Down by 3, Julio on the mound, keeping an eye on the first base runner. The 2-out delivery to Stargell is inside, 1-0. One and 0 is the count. The pitch on the way. Hit hard to left field. That's going to be a base hit. And runners will be at first and second. And for the first time tonight, the Dodgers have the Expos have a rally. The Dodgers are in trouble at the moment. They do have 2 outs under their sleeve, but now the potential tying run is coming to the plate for the Expos. And it's none other than Andre Dawson. First and second, 2 outs. A run is in. Julio is set at the belt here. The 2-out delivery to Dawson. High fly ball deep to left field. This game is going to be tied. So long, farewell. He's done it. Andre Dawson silenced the crowd with a bomb to left. And this game is tied at 4 between the Expos and the Dodgers. Holy cow, what a shot. The crowd silencer, Andre Dawson, comes up huge and absolutely tattoos one into left, the upper deck, and it's a 3-run shot, and we got ourselves a 4-4 tie. My, oh my. An absolute classic here in Brooklyn, just when you thought the Expos were down and out, after the Dodgers, Andrew Tolles hit a 3-run homer. The Expos rally for the first time and now have knotted things up at 4. But now here's Gary Carter. He hits one to straightaway right center, coming on his cap. Make it Tolles, side retired. But the damage has been done. The Expos put up a 4 spot, the biggest one off the bat of Dawson. Middle of the inning, 4-4 tie. Well, Corey Seager, the batter, a tough night for him tonight. Struck out back in the 4th inning. 4-4 tie here in the bottom of the 6th. In game 1 of this 3-game series between these 2 rivals. What a ball game. And both pitchers still in the game, too. Now, Arrieta's pitch count up there at 67. Julio, a decent one, though. Below 50 at the moment. Seager now behind 0-2 against Arrieta. What a ball game, and this great crowd on hand to see it. The 0-2 on the way. Line to third. Good play by George. He gets the out recorded. There's one down here in the bottom of the sixth. No action in the Expos bullpen at the moment, but that could change if the Expos get some runs. As we told you, Jake Arrieta's pitch count is up there. It's near 70, probably past 70 at the moment. Here's Corey Bellinger. There's a strike on that sinker, 0-1. Bellinger 0 for 2, a tough night. Struck out his last time up. That was back in the 4th inning. The 0-1 to Corey. Fouled away, we'll do it again. 0-2 now on Bellinger. This will be pitch number 72 coming to Jake, from Jake. Oh, 2 delivery. Strike 3, and he can't believe it. Corey strikes out again. He's 0 for 3 here tonight. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So what looked like a Dodger win in the bag is anything but. It's anybody's game at the moment. Dale Murphy lines it to first. Dodger will take care of it. Side retire. At the end of 6, we have a dandy of a ball game. 4-4 tie between the Dodgers and Expos on Baseball Night in America. There's your line score. 4-8-0 for the Expos. 4-6-0 for the Dodgers. Expos putting up a 4th spot here in the 6th inning. That's when you thought they were down and out. Dodgers have had their share of runs too. Scott Alexander will now come out of the bullpen. This is his 11th game. He's been in 10 so far. So he will have the duties to try to shut down this Expos offense, which has begun to wake up in the late innings of tonight's game. Here is George Brett. Brett 1 for 2 here tonight. Yami Garcia is in the bullpen just in case the Dodger pitcher Alexander gets into any trouble. First pitch of the 7th is down low, 1-0. Next Baseball Night in America gamecast will be 2 nights from now. It'll be at the old Yankee Stadium. New York White Sox take on the Metropolis Mariners, and it'll be right here on WON Channel 9. You don't want to miss that, folks. Even one fan agrees. You heard him say woo? To left, but foul, 1-1. The 1-1. Hit on the ground, base hit in the left. Another hit for the Metropolis Club. Leadoff single for George Brett. And the offense is starting to come alive. Well, we've seen it come alive. And, of course, the big hit. The 3-run game-tying home run by Andre Dawson.
Big hitting for the pitcher, Arrieta. Number 11, Ryan Zimmerman.
So Ryan Zimmerman now the batter. He hits it the other way, down the right field line, and foul. So Jake Arrieta's night is apparently done. As Zimmerman hits it foul, he's pitch hitting for the pitcher. He's now behind 0-2. Sean Kelly looks like he's up in the bullpen and he is warming up. He looks like he'll come in for the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 to the Zim man, he strikes out. Recording out, there's your first out of the 7th inning. I'll bring up the struggling Ozzie Smith. And that is no understatement. He's 0 for 3 here tonight, batting on the right side. He's a better left-handed batter than a right-handed batter at the moment, so far in the early going of the season. The 0-1, and that's over the head of the second baseman and into right field. There's speed on the base pads. The go-ahead run moves to third base. Second and third occupied, 1 out for the Expos. They have something cooking here in the top of the 7th inning. And now the batter is Daniel Murphy with 1 swing to put the Expos on top for the first time tonight. He has a single and a double and has scored a run. And they're going to walk him. How about this? They're going to walk Daniel Murphy to load the bases and face Bryce Harper. And my question is that a smart situation? Dave Roberts taking a gamble to face one of the best hitters in baseball. I mean, this is a questionable call. You set up the double play, possibly, yeah. But with a big hitter like Harper, you're playing in dangerous territory. Now the bases are loaded in a 4-4 game with 1 out here in the 7th inning. All it takes is 1 swing to do the job. Alexander is set with 1 down. And the pitch coming, a high fly ball deep in the center. That could do the job. It is over the head of Tolles into left center. At least 2 runs will score. Harper on his way to second. He's got himself a 2-run RBI double, and the Expos take a 6-4 lead. The Dodgers gamble and they lose. A huge 2-run clutch double hit by Harper. Scores 2 runs, and the Expos have their first lead of the ball game. And now they're going to intentionally walk around along the bases. So another gamble situation. It's already hurt him once. It may hurt him again. The bases are loaded with 1 down, and we know they're trying to set up the double play. But I mean, you're gambling with a game here where you were tied and now you blew. I mean, we'll see. So here we go again, bases loaded, 1 down, this time for Stargell. And he hits it on the ground, another base hit. 1 run will score. It's now 7-4 Expos, and the bases are still loaded with 1 out. Another gamble lost by Dave Roberts. And here's Andre Dawson, the star of this game, has already hit a home run, a game-tying 3-run homer. And with 1 swing can possibly put the game away. Ross Stripling will now come in for Brooklyn to try to shut the door on the Expos. Right now, up by 3 runs, but with the bases loaded at 1 down, they may put this game out of reach. Andre Dawson at the plate with the bases loaded at 1 down. Stripling set. The 1-out delivery to Andre. Ground ball. This could be 2. Let's see. They get 1, and they will not get another one. Another run scores. It's now 8-4 Expos on the fielder's choice. I'll bring up Gary Carter. Carter, a tough night, 0 for 3, flew out back in the 6th. Sean Kelly in the bullpen for the Expos. He'll be coming in the 7th inning. First and third, 2 outs. 8-4, Expos lead. The pitch on the way to by Stripling. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
The 0-1 to Gary. Oh, he's out in front of that one. Not even close to his orbit. It's now 0-2. Expos 8, Dodgers 4 here in the top of the 7th. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. And the 0-2 to Carter. Swung on and missed. He struck him outside, retired. But the Expos put 4 more runs on the board. And at their first lead of the game, time to stretch at Brooklyn. Expos 8, Dodgers with his club up 8-4. Well, big opportunity for the Expos to try to seal the deal here. You kind of knew that the Expos offense was going to come alive, and it did. And, of course, everybody's going to be talking about this. Why did Dave Roberts walk Murphy to load the bases and pitch to Bryce Harper? That is going to be a question that's going to be asked over and over again for a long time, especially tonight, if the Dodgers end up losing this game. Kemp fouls it back. 1-0 is the count. What a ball game between these two clubs at the moment, as Kemp is now behind 0-2. Well, they're going with that slider again. This time it's going to be a fastball, and Kemp fouls it away. The 1-2 delivery, another foul ball. The 1-2 delivery, popped them up near the foul ground towards first base, and Stargell's got his man for out number 1. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and you just joined us. You have missed a lot. Grandal, the batter, 2 for 2 with 2 singles here tonight. Swings and misses, strike 1. Sean Kelly, middle relief pitcher on the mound. Jake Arrieta, how about this? He leaves the game with a win, possibly if the Expos hold on. He pitched his heart out, and of course there's a strikeout for strike number 3, and Grandal is retired, 2 outs. And you know, he surrendered 4 runs, but he pitched a dandy. And of course his offense finally came alive, and now he leads the game with a potential W attached to his shoulder. Look at the Irish, especially if you have on a team that has a great offense. Popped up, foul ground, and Brett puts it away, side retired. No hits, no runs. We have played 7 in Brooklyn. Expos lead the Dodgers 8-4. We're not going to pause for station identification. This is Baseball Night in America.
Nothing's more New York than a man who's running late.
Hello, any messages for Andrews? All right, call you back in about 10 minutes.
The people of New York Telephone keep our public phones ready and waiting 24 hours a day.
It's Andrews. It's up to 60. So, meet me at Broad Wall. 5 minutes.
Get street smart, because nothing's more New York than New York Telephone public phones.
Hello, it's Andrews again.
This is WON Brooklyn.
Some banks give you hundreds of locations where you can get cash. Citibank gives you hundreds of locations where you can get banking. Not just cash, real banking. Make deposits and loan payments. Transfer money between accounts. Even pay Citibank Visa and MasterCard bills. 55 different transactions at hundreds of locations, 24 hours a day. Where you live, where you work, or both. Citibank. When, where, and how to succeed.
Back in Brooklyn, New York, yours truly, John Rios. The Dodgers and Expos, game 1 of this 3-game series, going at it. And at the moment, the Expos have the edge. They're up 8-4 in the start of the 8th inning. Yours truly, John Rios, giving you the play-by-play and commentary of this contest. And that's possibly going to be an extra base hit for Brett. On his way to second. Here comes the throw to second. He's in there with a double. A leadoff extra base hit for Brett to begin this 8th inning of play here in Brooklyn as the Expos look to tack on some more. Of course, the big story in this game, Andre Dawson's game-tying 3-run homer. Adam Eaton is now coming up to bat. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Long-time White Sox, as you saw. Now with the Expos. Line into the gap in right center. Will it fall? It will not. As Murphy makes the catch for the first out of the 8th inning. Well, there's your line score. 8-13-0 for the Expos. 4-6-0 for the Dodgers. Where's the struggling Ozzie Smith? 1 for 4 with a double back in the 7th. That was a big hit back in the 7th, too. He needed that. Man's at second, 1 out. Now 8-4, Expos lead, looking for some more. Stripling with the pitch. Into center field, that could fall, it will not. Caught by toes, 2 outs. Well, the batter now is Daniel Murphy, 2 for 3 with a double and a single and 2 runs. Man's at second, 2 outs. The pitch by Stripling, fouled away, strike 1. The 0-1 underway to Murphy. Into center, left center, that'll score a run. A gapper in the left center. Murphy will easily scoot into second with an RBI double. It's 9-4 Expos lead here in the top of the 8th. A big insurance run, you could say, for the Expos. And with this Dodger offense, it's good to say that 5 runs is better insurance than 4-3. So here's Bryce Harper with a man at second and 2 outs. He lines it to right field, carrying a long way for Murphy. It's gone! A 2-run homer! Just over that line in right field. Line drive home run for Bryce Harper. Homer number 14, and the Expos have really blown the doors off of this one. They now lead 11-4 here in the top of the 8th inning. Harper with the biggest hit. The go-ahead 2-run doubled in the left center. And now just a line drive bullet over that right field line puts now possibly the kibosh on this ball game. Another huge night for Harper. Now here's Vladimir Guerrero with 2 outs and a couple of runs in. And another drive in the left center. Kiss it goodbye. So long farewell. Back to back go the Expos. They now lead 12-4. And everything has fallen apart for the Dodger bullpen. And all is silent here in Brooklyn, New York. And by the way, that is the 3rd home run hit for the Expos tonight. A total of 5 in this game, 2 by the Dodgers, and now 3 by the Expos, and they've all been big hits.
First baseman number 8.
Here's Willie Stargell. He tattoos one into right center, deep right center. Toles is going to give it a look, and the Expos have gone back to back to back. So long farewell, Willie reaches for the stars. And it's now a 13-4 Expos lead. An absolute tattooing of the Dodgers bullpen here in the top of the 8th inning. It's a 9-run lead for Metropolis when you thought all was dead. After a magnificent pitching duel between Julio and Jake, things have fallen apart for the Dodgers quickly. That was a crush job. Wasn't one of those monster shots, but it was hit a long way, and nothing that Murphy and Toles could do. And here is Andre Dawson at the plate. He lines to the left center. That's going to be problems. And that's going to be extra bases for Dawson, who's had himself a spectacular night. One of the biggest hits of this series in this game tonight, a game-tying 3-run home run, which no doubt about it is the turning point in this game. And the Dodgers have not led ever since. And Gary Carter now the batter. With 2 outs and a man at second base. A ton of runs in. Expos looking for more. And they're going to get more. That's a gapper, and that'll easily score another runner. Carter, slow as can be, hustles his way to second. He's got an RBI double, and the Expos have a 10-run lead. They're up 14-4 here in the 8th inning. And the Dodgers just cannot buy it out. Trying to get that elusive third out, and they're going to get a double switch. We'll step aside with more action. Dodgers in a whole heap of trouble, down by 10. We'll be back.
Your attention, please.
Back in Brooklyn, Yami Garcia, who has been warming in the bullpen most of the night, will come in to pitch for the Brooklyn Dodgers. A Dodger bullpen which just absolutely died out there tonight. And now we'll face George Brett with 2 outs and a man on. That's a high fly ball. Well handed to right field. Murphy and Toles looking up. That ball is gone. So long, farewell, and 2 more on the board. The Expos exploding and now have a 16-4 lead. So on the first pitch that Yami Garcia throws, George Brett deposits it into the streets of Flatbush for a 2-run shot. It's now a 12-run lead for the Expos. And I would say that will just about do it for this one. The bad news for the Dodgers, they have an inning and a half to go. The good news is they have 2 more games to possibly get even. And Adam Eaton, who is pitch hitting for the pitcher, now the batter, and he hits another one. This one high and deep to right. Murphy will make the catch, and his massacre of an inning comes to a close. At the middle of the 8th is the Expos 16 and the Brooklyn Dodgers 4. Joaquin Benoit will come in to pitch. He's the setup man for the Expos here. And Jackie Robinson will come in to bat.
Leading off for the Dodgers, second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
A great hand and a standing ovation, one of the legendary players that not only changed baseball but changed America. Popped him up in the shallow center. Ozzie Smith under this one makes the catch for out number 1. What a great job by San Diego Studios to put this legendary American changer into the game. I mean, you talk about what this man had to go through. Really is amazing. One of the great hitters, one of the great players, one of the great symbols of our country and our history. And it's so great that the Dodger uniform in Brooklyn is in the game, but most importantly, him, Pee Wee Reese, and some other legendary Dodgers are in this game as well. And I certainly hope San Diego Studios does more to add more of these legends, like Gil Hodges and Duke Snider and the Ebbets Field. But to have Jackie Robinson in this game, I mean, what more can you say? Toles is saved, not a good play by Murphy. That'll rule out a base hit. Took way too long to get to that ball. Andrew Toles is a fast runner. And Justin Turner now the batter, 1 for 3 here tonight. The dizzy redhead now at the plate. Joaquin Benoit with the pitch. That's going to be a double play, you would think. There's one, and there's 2, side retired. The Dodgers tried, but don't cash in. At the end of 8, it's the Expos 16 and the Dodgers 4. You're watching WON sports coverage of Baseball Night in America, powered by MLB The Show. Ozzie Smith will lead off here in the 9th inning. And what more damage can the Expos do? Well, we'll see. Yami Garcia still on the mound for Brooklyn here. Facing the Wizard, there's a ground ball up the middle. Good play by Robinson to get the out. 1 down here in the 9th.
Now batting, second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy's the batter. You ever wonder if Jackie Robinson was alive, what would he think seeing himself in the video game and knowing that so many players play him in any team, not just the Dodgers? There's a drive in the right center and another one. Way back, that's over everything. So long, farewell. Over to Bedford Avenue. Daniel Murphy with a long bomb puts another run on the board for Metropolis. They're now up 17-4. That ball's must have landed in the Bell Parkway near. Man, oh man, what a shot. That's the 4th home run hit in this game by the Expos. A total of now 6 home runs in the game. There was no doubt about this one. Now the batter is Bryce Harper with a 2-run homer. His last time up, a line drive to right. He's got a double, a single, and a home run. He's a triple away from the cycle. For 17-4 here in the top of the 9th, 1 out. And a pitch by Garcia, the ground ball toward the hole. The shift was set up. Jackie Robinson with the throw. He gets his man. 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
The batter, right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
So Vladimir Guerrero now the batter. Hit a long home run to left center his last time up. 2 outs, base is empty, and runners in. There's a little chopper, accidental. Could be a tough play to get the speedy Guerrero. He's safe. As soon as that ball went in the air elevation, you knew it was going to be problems. And Guerrero beats out the throw. He's on with 2 outs and a man at first base for Willie Stargell, who homered his last time up. What a night for Willie. Couple of singles, a home run, and an RBI. Couple of RBIs. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 outs, the man's at first. There's a line drive down the right field line. It is foul. Oh, he missed it. 0-2. To delivery. He struck him outside, retired. A run is in off the bat of Murphy. A man is stranded. Last six for the Dodgers. Then in a huge rally, down 17-4. Well, Corey Seager will lead off the bottom of the 9th for the Brooklyn Dodgers, down 17-4 in this Baseball Night in America contest. Game 1 of this 3-game series. And there's a strike as Joaquin Benoit will stay in the game to try to close it out for the Expos. The 0-1 on the way. Ground ball to second, short. The Wizard with the long throw gets his man to 1 down.
First baseman number 35.
And I'll bring up Corey Bellinger, who's had himself a bad night. 0 for 3, has struck out 3 times here tonight. He fouls it away, strike 1. He just looks lost at the plate here tonight. And that happens occasionally. And now he's behind 0-2. 0-2 again. Another foul ball. Next Baseball Night in America broadcast will be 2 days from now. Sox versus M's from Old Yankee Stadium. It's going to be a good one. Popped them up. Infield. George Brett is there. 2 outs, and the Dodgers are down to their final out.
Next for the Dodgers, right fielder.
I'll bring up Dale Murphy with a home run his last earlier today, back in the 2nd inning. Getting a good hand from the crowd here at Brooklyn. Last hope for the Dodgers here. There's a strike to try to spark something. Down by a ton of runs, 17-4 to be exact. The 0-1 delivery. Fouled away, and the Dodgers are down to their final strike. With a win today, Jake Arrieta improves to 3-0. And it's not an easy 3-0. The 0-2. That's into the center, and the Dodgers still have some life. And the 9th inning continues for the Dodgers.
Now batting, left fielder, Matt Kemp.
Matt Kemp, the batter with 2 outs, takes a strike with a man at first. And he did not agree with the call, but that was definitely a strike. The 0-1 underway. Fouled away, and once again, the Dodgers down to their final strike. 2 outs, a man's at first here in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Expos 17, Dodgers 4 here in Brooklyn. The 0-2 by Benoit popped them up in the shallow right center. Right there is Bryce Harper to put it away. This game's over. The Expos win it. They take Game 1 of this 3-game series big time, 17-4, and it was not a blowout in the beginning. In fact, it was a classic, but the Dodger bullpen just absolutely fell apart, and the Expos took advantage. And the Expos, again, stay on top of the National League board. Be sure to join us 2 days from now. The Sox take on the M's from Old Yankee Stadium. Until then, this is yours truly, John Rios, saying so long from Brooklyn. Final score, the Expos beat the Dodgers 17-4. Good night, everybody.